we just building, God. Like you know,
Okay.
actually, hold on. Let me.
Well, I will say this because I do really need to go, and it was something I wanted to speak about because we was talking about with people, right, and people having mental health issues, right, and the causes, and he the Lord Shaw had mentioned that they were saying that black people have a high proportion
of mental health
issues. I can see that because it's even in our degrees. Right? We're talking about the wisdom on degrees. You know, it says, tell us why Yakub so successful war as undertakers. Because people followers obey Yakub's laws. Regardless of what he told them to do, they did. If not, they paid with their lives for every law they broke. Yakub did not use prison houses to imprison his people. When one fell victim of the law, the penalty was death, and was enforcing every victim. Yakub did not use prison houses to imprison his people. Why? Because of the law. What was the law? He was going to put people to death. So with fear, right, the fear of death, he was able to imprison them without a prison. He imprisoned their mind. So what we're dealing is breaking out of those mental prisons when we talk about mental health, because of all the traumas and atrocities by way of fear, right, that was put upon us by way of the things that happened amongst the, slave trade and everything that comes out, right. So it was all original people, because many of us have that deal with that kind of thing wherever he showed up on the map. So now you see, fast forward, we're never able to recoup or recover from that trauma, and they don't deal with that like that. They don't go back because of all that chemistry from all that stuff that's released. Those
it's in your genetics after different years and years it gets passed down, and nobody's actually doing the work to do it. But I also draw it up as mental death in the knowledge culture degree. That's how I see mental illness. Because mental death, like you say, you're in mental captivity. Then we take in the wisdom culture degree in 36, it says, well, they were made blind, deaf, and dumb by the devil when they were babies. And what I see as well means in good health, free or recover from injury or sickness, right? So you're not well if you blind, deaf, and dumb to yourself. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. If mentally we've been made other than our own selves, if it's a zebra running around thinking it's a gorilla, something's mentally wrong with it, you know? So if we over here thinking that we're other than our old self, we made other than our old selves, and of course something is mentally wrong with us, you know? So, and it goes back to even the 85% easily led in the wrong direction. You know, if you, it's a mental and physical conditions that the people are in a state of because they don't know themselves. So no, everything mental also has an effect on you physically. So then they go nurture nature too, because then now physically, if you're eating the wrong foods, it deteriorates your what? Mental, you know? So I always draw up that mental death. It's just, you're mentally ill. You know, if you're a man, let's say if you're 45, but you're still mentally 13, you're mentally ill. You know, so you growing physically, but mentally you're still stagnant. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. Because everything around you is everything's always in a constant change. So everything's in motion. If you stay still, you're really moving backwards.
So like when brothers get locked up, they
come out.
They come out. They got locked up at 15 and come home at 30. They still really like a lot of times still 15.
That same time, because there was no growth.
Yeah, that growth was retarded. You know what I'm saying? It was stunted.
And it goes back to what you were saying about fear. That's what fear does with people, you know. But then knowledge frees you from that, because now I know better. Now I know knowledge is infinite, so therefore I'm infinite potential. But if I'm scared and I'm afraid, I'm like, no, I can't do that. You know, especially if I'm caught up in belief and mythology and spookisms. It's just like all these things to keep people in a state of confusion and not understand that everything is real. All these you scared of it's not real. What's real is you. So now you looking for salvation and things outside of yourself, mysteries where you can't even see yourself. You know, how you gonna see yourself if you're looking for something that you can't see? You know, I'm over here searching for something when the whole time all I could was look in the mirror. So
and when mental becomes physical, so when we don't deal with the mental, then we're doing extreme disservice to ourselves. What is the mental and physical power of a real God? You know, get to the truth? Are you seeing the light to pull yourself out of darkness before you can pull someone else? You know what I'm saying? You got, but see, like you said, you gotta get back to the origins. And a lot of our people, we become conscious of quote unquote woke, and we woke, we awaken, but we have no direction. That's why you need to get to the knowledge of yourself so you have the direction. That's what I've been trying to tell you. But on that note, I want to say peace.
Peace to the God.
Peace, God.
Peace.
Peace on my
It's good building with you.
Yeah, we gonna build again because I gotta go to I gotta go to Medina hopefully soon. I'm trying to like catch up with, like I told you, my family and stuff. We're gonna see because that sometimes it's like pulling teeth.
Yeah, word.
Peace, God.
Peace. You know what I'm saying? But I like what you were saying about how like once you know better, you're no longer afraid of it. You know what I'm saying? Because fear comes from a lack of knowledge.
I remember when I was a kid, I was afraid to get on the plane for the first time. And then my uncle told me, you have more chance of dying in a car than a plane. Then I'm like, what? That actually made me think, I'm always in the car. You know what I'm saying? But it goes back to just dropping a little jewel like that. It gives you a different perspective of, this is what that is.
Making things look plain and simple.
Exactly. Bringing it back to basically reality, the foundation.
Peace, God. But that is true, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause you in a car, you got all these different things that could happen to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's just like, damn.
You must do your own research, as I did.
If Mecca did this.